So, welcome everyone. Welcome to this series of talks, 23 talks in 2023. And today is day number 7. And the topic today is the self awareness blueprint. And the fact is that we are hardly aware about ourselves, our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions. And what we know is only tip of the iceberg, and what we don't know is actually beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, and what we know as subconscious mind. So it is in the subconscious mind that our beliefs reside, and those beliefs shape our behavior. And today we will talk about how can we become self-aware. And self-awareness starts with what we know about ourselves and what we believe about ourselves and how we interact with others. Usually, we have likes and dislikes. When we interact with others, either we like something which they do or we do not like something which they don't do. And we end up blaming the other person for doing something which hurts us, which displeases us, and sometimes which triggers us. So, whenever there is a trigger, it means that some event has happened outside. Somebody says something to us, or somebody does something. Sometimes they don't even say things directly to us, but whatever we identify with, if someone makes a comment about a group and we identify with that group and we get triggered. And what happens when we get triggered is that we have sometimes a violent reaction within ourselves and we don't know what to do about it. And it is at that precise moment that we need to understand that what are the things which trigger us. हमें वो कौन सी चीजें हैं जो परेशान करती हैं और वो किस वजह से परेशान करती हैं. And it all boils down to what we had talked about in one of these sessions earlier, which is our map of the world. कि हम दुनिया को कैसे देखते हैं, how do we view the world, and how do we place ourselves in the world, where do we see our place in the world. If we feel that we are victim due to who we are and due to our background, sometimes some people who are in the lower substrata of the society, they feel that they are disadvantaged and they are victims, and it is because of their beliefs. तो जो हमारे थॉट्स हैं, जो हमारी मान्यताएं हैं, जो हमारे बिलीफ्स हैं, उनको यदि हम नहीं जानते तो हम अपनी पर्सनैलिटी को भी नहीं जानते. और जब जब हमें कभी गुस्सा आता है, sometimes we get angry, we get upset, and that's when we realize that yes, there is something within us, and most of the times we just brush it under the carpet and we move on because that anger subsides after some time, and that feeling of upset also, it diminishes with time, and then we become normal again till the time a similar event reoccurs. And when that event reoccurs, we again get triggered, we again get upset, and this pattern continues. How many of you identify with this pattern? Type P in the chat if you have a similar pattern, or if you know somebody who has this pattern where you get upset, then you ignore it, you become normal, and then another event happens. So have you faced that in your life, or do you know someone around you who has these patterns? So what do we do about these patterns then? हम इन पैटर्न्स का क्या कर सकते हैं? उसके लिए हमको अवेयर होना पड़ेगा. We'll have to become aware about our thoughts, our feelings, and our beliefs. And there are different techniques. Today we are going to learn and go over all those techniques which we can use for becoming self-aware. And those techniques are mindfulness. And what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is to be aware in the present moment. So now when you are listening to me, if you become mindful, you will listen carefully by being present. If you are watching your phone, checking your WhatsApp while you are listening to me, then perhaps you are not mindful because your attention is there on the phone as well as what I'm talking. And you might miss certain content if your focus is on your phone or laptop or some other things. So for being mindful, whatever we are doing, when we are eating, let us be present to the food. Each morsel, when you eat, just notice the texture of the food, the taste of the food. How does the food feel inside? And you can feel your saliva and the juices inside your mouth. And when you eat mindfully, that's when you will become aware about your present state. But most of the times when we are eating, we are also either reading something, checking our phone, or talking to people. And many families, they have this rule that no talking while eating. And the reason for that is that when you are not talking and you are only focused on eating, you will get into that mindful state. You will be eating mindfully. So when we are drinking water or some other beverage, then again, if we do mindful eating, mindful walking, and there is a Tibetan Buddhist walking technique. And in that, you place your foot completely on the ground and your attention should be at the heels. And I have tried this technique, and whenever I do this mindful walking, what I have observed is that my speed of walking automatically slows down. I cannot do brisk walking when I'm doing this technique because the focus and the attention is on the walking itself, on the soles of the feet and the heels. So when we practice mindfulness as a daily chore, as a daily ritual, we start becoming aware of our thoughts, what's going on inside us. And we also start becoming aware about our emotions. In Gurbani, there is one line which says, Bande khoj dil har roj, na fir pareshani mahe. That what that means is that if we look within our heart, which means that if we do self-introspection every day, then we will not have mental troubles. We will not have anxiety and all those problems. And the reason for that is when we examine our thoughts, that's when all these upsetting thoughts, all the troublesome thoughts, once we witness them, they actually lose their intensity. Have you ever noticed it that when you start observing whatever is troubling you, if you're not feeling well or something is off, it's not a pleasant feeling. We try to run away from that unpleasant feeling. And we almost wish this feeling to go away. And what that does is that we do not go deep into what is causing that, where is it coming from. And it's like there is some garbage, and every day we are supposed to clean our rooms, clean our house, and throw away the garbage. But we keep recycling the garbage inside. We have locked our room and we don't look inside, and this dust and all this garbage keeps piling. And then it starts stinking and the whole atmosphere becomes putrid. And that's why it is important for us to look at our thoughts and beliefs. So, and if you are also practicing meditation, meditation is another technique through which we can observe our thoughts. And there are different kinds of meditation. Some people focus on their breath. Some people do some chanting of a mantra. And some people, they might focus on a candle's flame or a dot or a mandala, whatever be the form of meditation which you do, but it needs to be a daily ritual. If you do meditate on a daily basis, you'll start becoming aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your triggers. And once you observe it, once you look at your thoughts as a witness, their energy gets spent and they get processed, the emotions get processed, and they no longer have that deleterious effect, the harmful effect, which they would if they are unprocessed, if they are unexamined. Do you guys agree? How many of you, I would like to know, have this habit of examining your thoughts regularly, if not daily, a few times a week? Do you have kind of a ritual or some way of examining your thoughts? You can type in the chat if you examine your thoughts daily. And if you don't, you can type no in the chat. Okay. The next technique is journaling. We can take a journal and write down whatever you are feeling. And it has to be unbiased, unfiltered, and without analyzing or without any judgment. Just focus on whatever is going on inside you. And sometimes you don't feel like writing. So I tell my students and clients that when you have to journal, and if you don't feel like writing, write that down, that I don't feel like writing. I'm feeling resistance to writing. I don't want to face what I'm feeling. And actually that starts the process of you getting in touch with that feeling of discomfort. And when you start getting in touch with that feeling of discomfort, layers upon layers will be revealed, that what lies beneath that. And when you uncover that layer, something else will get revealed, which is below that, till you reach the core. And journaling is a process. If we do it daily, then whatever bothers us, we will start moving towards peace. And I've been doing it for a few years now, and I also uh, offer courses on journaling where we go into specific areas within our lives and we examine those areas and we uncover things about ourselves. And what is uncovered when we examine our thoughts, the dark side of ourselves, that's what gets uncovered. And when we encounter our dark side, our first reaction is of denial, that, oh, we all like to believe that we are good people and we do not have negative tendencies. But when the dark side comes up, the very first impression which we have, the very first reaction which we have is that, oh, this is not me. And when we say this is not me, we are not assimilating our dark side. We are not accepting and embracing our dark side. And what that does is that creates the split within us. We actually hate a part of ourselves. If we have jealousy, if we have anger, if we have lust, if we have greed, all those tendencies are within us. But when we uncover that, we feel that no, we should not be angry. We are not supposed to be angry. We are not supposed to be jealous. We are not supposed to harbor these feelings. And that creates an inner split within us. And that creates dissonance within us. In order to dissolve the negativity, first we will have to accept our dark side. How many of you have difficulty accepting your dark side? You can raise your hand and you can unmute and you can share. I would like to know from one or two of you, have you ever encountered your dark side and how that experience had been? Is it easy or is it difficult or is it comfortable for you to face your dark side? Or do you want to believe that you don't have a dark side? Would someone like to share?
Sir, hello. Sir, good
Yes.
evening. Happy
Good
Lodi.
evening. Happy Lodi.
सर ये डार्क साइड तो समझ नहीं पाया, मतलब इस आप मतलब मैं समझ नहीं पाया क्या कहना चाह रहे हो डार्क साइड मींस.
ओके, देखिए, हम सभी समझते हैं कि हम अच्छे इंसान हैं और हम सब में अच्छे गुण हैं. हम लोगों को धोखा नहीं देते हैं, हम जानबूझकर किसी का बुरा नहीं करते हैं, हम किसी को दुख नहीं पहुंचाते हैं. लेकिन जब हम असल में अपने अंदर झांक कर देखते हैं और जब हमारे अंदर जो भी थॉट्स चल रहे होते हैं, तब जब हम ये पाते हैं कि हमारे अंदर भी ऐसे अवगुण हैं, हमारे अंदर भी कभी ईर्ष्या की भावना आती है, हमारे अंदर भी जब बहुत गुस्सा आता है, कोई हमारा बुरा करता है तो हमारा मन वापस उससे बदला लेने का करता है. तो ऐसा कभी कभी होता है ना. जब वो होता है तब हम उस जो वो हिस्सा हमारा होता है जिसमें ईर्ष्या है, जिसमें बदला लेने की भावना है, जिसमें दूसरों को वापस नुकसान पहुंचाने की इच्छा है, उसको हम अपने से दूर रखते हैं कि ये तो हमारा हिस्सा हो ही नहीं सकता, क्योंकि हम अच्छे इंसान हैं और हम अपने आप को अच्छा मानते हैं. तो जो भी ये बुरे ख्याल हैं हमारे अंदर, वो हमारे हैं ही नहीं और हम उसको अस्वीकार करते हैं. तो क्या आपके साथ भी ऐसा होता है?
राइट सर, राइट सर.
उसी को हम डार्क साइड कहते हैं. और जब हम उस डार्क साइड को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं, पहले तो उसे एज ए विटनेस स्वीकार नहीं करते हैं कि यह मेरा हिस्सा है, मेरे अंदर ये भावनाएं हैं, और जब वो भावनाएं आती हैं तो तब हम एक डंडा लेके उस अपने आप को पीटने भी कई बार लग जाते हैं, फिगरेटिवली। वो भी नहीं करना है, हमें उसको सबसे पहले एक्सेप्ट करना है विद कंपैशन. So when we encounter our dark side, we need to have self-compassion and self-forgiveness. उसके साथ ही हम उसको डिसॉल्व कर पाएंगे. And would you like to experience this right now? Because most of my sessions, those of you who have attended my sessions, you know that I like my sessions to be experiential, not just theory. मुझे ज्ञान देने का बहुत ज्यादा शौक नहीं है, क्योंकि ज्ञान इंटरनेट पर भरा पड़ा है. देयर आर यूट्यूब वीडियोस, देयर आर बुक्स, यूडेमी पे कोर्सेज हैं जहां पर हर प्रकार का ज्ञान उपलब्ध है. मैं अपने सेशंस को एक्सपीरियंशियल रखना चाहता हूं, ताकि जो बताया जा रहा है उसको आप एक्सपीरियंस भी करें. सो वुड यू लाइक टू एक्सपीरियंस दिस राइट नाउ?
यस सर, यस सर, यस सर, डेफिनेटली.
तो मुझे सिर्फ संतोष जी यस कह रहे हैं. अब बाकी लोग भी चैट पे यू कैन से यस इफ यू वुड लाइक टू एक्सपीरियंस राइट नाउ. टाइप यस इन द चैट.
एक्चुअली सर, ये प्रैक्टिकल घटित है कि कभी कोई कनिंग हो गया, साथ में हमारे साथ कोई कनिंग हो गया किसी भी टर्म्स में, तो उस वक्त तो लगता है कि जैसे मतलब उसने हमारे ट्रस्ट को बिल्कुल खत्म कर दिया, तो हम उसको खत्म कर दें
जी.
ये ऐसा लगता है. उसके बाद फिर जब अपना गुस्सा शांत होता है, तब लगता है कि यार छोड़ो, क्या करना है, उसकी करनी उसको भरनी पड़ेगी, हमें हम अपना क्यों मेंटल हरासमेंट करें. तो तब उसके बाद फिर रियलाइज होता है, तो आदमी शांत हो जाता है. लेकिन फिर जब उसकी कनिंग कभी याद आती है, तो फिर से वही चीज दिमाग में आता है कि नहीं यार, उसको छोड़ेंगे नहीं, आज नहीं तो कल, मतलब उससे रिपेंट लेना है.
जी,
तो ये होता है सर.
आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा. और ये ऐसा होता है कि जब हमें कभी कहीं चोट लगती है तो दर्द होता है, और जब वो वूंड हमारा भर जाता है तो फिर उसमें पेन नहीं रहती. लेकिन जब हमारे साथ कोई गलत होता है या कोई दुर्घटना होती है, कोई हमारे साथ अन्याय करता है या बुरा करता है, तब हमें दुख होता है, हमें पेन होती है. और उसके बाद हम उस पेन से भागने की कोशिश करते हैं. और जब दोबारा वो याद आती, जितनी बार वो याद आता है उतनी बार हमें पेन होता है. उस व्यक्ति ने हमें एक बार चोट दी होती है, लेकिन जितनी बार हम उसको याद करते हैं, अगर हम उसको 15 साल तक याद करते रहेंगे, हम वो 15 साल तक पेन झेलते रहते हैं. क्या ऐसा होता है हमारे साथ? डज इट हैपन?
श्योर सर,
तो
ऐसा ही होता है.
ऐसा इसलिए होता है कि हम उसको पहली बार में स्वीकार नहीं करते और प्रोसेस नहीं करते. अगर उस इमोशन को हम प्रोसेस कर लें तो फिर उसकी इंटेंसिटी पहले तो कम होती है, डिमिनिश होती है, और उसके बाद धीरे धीरे एकदम वो खत्म हो जाती है. लेकिन हम वो करेज जो हमें चाहिए उसको फेस करने के लिए, उसके लिए हम तैयार नहीं होते, क्योंकि हम हमेशा दुख से दूर भागते हैं और प्लेजर का पीछा करते हैं. We always, what I would say is that you write down whatever is coming up, start writing down, because there are a lot of insights which are coming, and you are realizing many things. And when you start writing them down, you will get a different perspective. And I would suggest to everyone, and if we do this exercise every day, जैसे मैंने कहा ना, गुरबानी में लिखा है कि बंदे खोज दिल हर रोज, तो हर रोज इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करनी है. Every day we have to do that, looking within. And if we start doing that every day, we will see that everything, वो जो अंदर से आ रहा था ना ऊपर, that pain, that rage, all that feeling of, जैसे वो संतोष said के he felt like कि जिसने मेरे साथ ऐसे किया मैं बाहर निकल के बदला लूंगा. All of that is inside us. and we have been harboring it for God knows how long. But if we start becoming mindful, and if we do this exercise, active listening and journaling and becoming mindful, all of that will start coming up. But what we do is that we run away from that our dark side. लेकिन वो dark side को हमने embrace करना है. We have to embrace the dark side and not run away from it. And if we keep doing it every day, we will become more and more self-aware, and we will move towards that state of neutrality and peace, and ultimately a state of bliss will start coming. And it takes time, it takes courage, it takes discipline, and it takes years. So if you have not done it, start right now and start doing it on a daily basis, and you will see that your journal, आपके notebooks भरते जाएंगे और आप खाली होते जाएंगे. And it is a good thing कि notebook भर रही है और आप अंदर से इन सारे emotions से खाली हो रहे हैं. So I would say that choose one of the techniques from here and start practicing. And once you start practicing, if you have any questions or if you have any experiences, you can always reach out to me. You can discuss, you can share. And I guess we have just a couple of minutes left, so I'm open for questions. Anyone who, and those who did not raise their hand, they also participated. Everyone who was listening has participated in this exercise. So,
can I say?
Yes, Priyanka.
Good evening, everyone. Sir, sorry, Ravinder ji, when I joined little late, so I was not clear about the pattern, but I listened everything, and oral things were coming in my mind. Ki basically, what happens, no matter how much we exercise, we write, whatever we do, in daily lives, we experience different experiences and different people and different projects, and every regarding your job, career, any areas of your life, you have different experiences. But most of the time, how we console ourselves, this is because of your previous karma, this is because of that karma, or whatever. And if you are meditating or
हमको
you are
वही नहीं करना है. We don't have to do that because you joined a bit late. I said embrace whatever is coming up. Witness whatever is coming up. उस समय even Santosh said के or sorry Naveen said कि oh this is not happening to me. वो नहीं करना है. This is me. Whatever emotion you are getting, this is me. Accept that and don't run away from that. Allow yourself to experience that fully.
Good point in me. I'm a very sensitive person.
Yes, it works. It really works. Okay, I think we are over our time limit. So thank you very much. Thank you, Masters, for joining today. And we'll bring you more such sessions. And as you know, this is a series of 23 talks. And every day we will talk about a new subject and we will dig deeper into these things. So thank you very much. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.